Hello guys and welcome to my channel, Blissfully Single Bean. I'm your homegirl Bean, aka Sabine, aka Beanie Pie. And I'm your blissfully single one. Listen, I'm gonna have to apologize to you from the get. I'm loving my braid. I'm gonna be doing a lot of swinging this video. Before I get into this review of Ready to Love, I'm gonna hold my glass up. And I am toasting to Real Housewives of Potomac. Number one, for the drama they have served us with this season. Yes, and for the upcoming reunion. Because by all accounts, by Giselle's own account, Giselle's ass was handed to her during the reunion. And that should have happened reunions from this first season reunion, because all you Monique and Candace stands going back and forth like y'all don't have any sense. Please understand who the real enemy is. That would be Giselle. So a drink to Real Housewives of Potomac's reunion. Drink up. Friends episode, and this was a good episode. Well, it's Ready to Love. I'm gonna say every episode is a great episode. What I really love about this episode is how you see this shift in the dynamics of the couples or the pending couples once the friend comes in. There's been a big shift in energy, and that's good TV. Brian and Alex open up the episode, and before I get into this scene, Alex is serving. Alex is giving. She is giving. The jeans are fitting nicely. The blouse, I like how it opens up and shows just a little bit of bosom. She looked there good. Alex, you cute as hell, girl. But anyway, Alex lets Brian know that he's about to meet her friend. All right, Brian, buckle up. Jay pulls Simone to the side to discuss no shirt gate. And I'm over it. And I'm like, girl, Simone has taken accountability. She said she did what she did. I'm not I said what I said. She did what she did because she was dealing with a moment of insecurity. So please, let's not beat this dead horse. And Jay says, I understand what Simone is saying, but this put a bad taste in my mouth, so I believe I'm going to move on from Simone. Well, move on then. Naya's cousin has flown in to meet Chris. I got a little bit excited. I'm thinking, if I was on Ready to Love and I had to call one of my cousins, who would it be? I got a gang of cousins, all who I am close with. It would not be Vanessa. Vanessa, I love you, but no. She's too straightforward. She's gonna scare off my date. Like, what? Tamika is a lot more balanced, but she may be too nice and may not be as honest with me because she's so nice. Chelsea, I'm gonna go with you, Chelsea. A nice balance of the sharp tongue and good judgment and just not being too much. Chelsea, next time I go on Ready to Love, it's you, boo. Naya's friend, who obviously knows how important finances are to Naya, asks Chris a question about finances. Now, oh God. This scene right here really sets up the tone for the whole episode. Chris says, first of all, Chris starts and ends badly. Chris says, you know, there's not a lot of money in radio, and you know, I don't make money. What is that? What does how much you make have to do with the price of tea in China? He goes on to say, you know, we're living in an age of female empowerment, and women want to pay for the lion's share of the bills. Nigga, who said that? Then he shoots himself in the foot. He goes, we can split the bills. Chris believes they should split the bills, which is not far-fetched because I used to live with my children's father. So I understand what it means to live with someone and split the bills. Although, his idea of splitting the bills was paying half of the rent and allowing me to pay for half of the rent and every other bill in the house. All right, I'm back. But then Chris goes on to say, if we're in a situation where we are married, then as a husband, I will financially fill in the gaps. Gaps? This ain't no damn clothing store. Filling in the gaps is not the same thing as taking charge of the finances. Naya's face But you see, Naya, let me tell you something. I'm about to handle your ass in this review. You are a phony bitch. And I'm sorry I said I wasn't going to call all these ladies out of their names, but I'm beginning to see the real you, and I'm beginning to see where your motives lie. Anyway, Naya's face changes immediately. Naya grows cold. Naya's stance on the matter is she wants to have children. She needs someone who's financially stable in case she's not in a position to go back to work. That's all well and good, sis, and I can understand what her reservations are, but the way that she handled it this episode, no bueno. In Naya's mind, he's already dismissed. Chris excuses himself, has the feeling that he knows, you done effed up. You see, that's what, what's that Menace to Society? Man, see, little nigga, you done messed up. Chris knew he done messed up and was dismissed for the day. Naya's cousin says, what do you think? Naya's not with it. Naya's like, what? Sounds like I'm gonna have to pay for everything and I'm not with it. Naya's cousin said, all right, it doesn't sound great, but talk to him. Get to a common medium. Naya's not interested in getting to any common medium or reaching any understanding or walking Chris through her mindset to know why she's kind of turned off. She's just done. She is, in her mind, over. It's over. Brian meets Alex's friend, Tanisha. Tanisha's not playing with any damn body. She goes right into the questions. Have you cheated before? Tell me about your daughter. Anyway, Brian handles himself well, and he seems like he won Alex's friend over with his answers, particularly about his daughter and the kind of father that he wants to be with his daughter. All right, Brian, nice going. Winter and Edwin. Edwin. Hey, Edwin. I'm losing my microphone. Winter and Edwin flirt, and what can I say? They're just too damn cute. That's all I got. Chris, Joy, Simone, and eventually Alex, they're by the pool and they start talking. Chris is giving the ladies feedback about his date with Naya, and he has a feeling he really messed up. He put his foot in his mouth and he's telling the girls exactly what he said. And I really like Joy's feedback during this conversation. Joy says, listen, there are certain ways that people look at certain situations. Joy said, as a woman myself, if a woman should be expected, or it's normalized for a woman to be at home raising the kids, then I feel like the same way a man should be able to do that if I'm making enough money. Joy says, listen, child, I'm with it. Like, if you want to stay home while I bring home the lion's share and I don't have to do all that mommy and wife work, and I was not mad at Joy for that. Listen, it's easy to go out, bust your 9 to 5, come back home, eat a good meal, go to sleep. You know what I mean? Then taking care of the day-to-day, the household duties, raising the kids. Joy was with it. But Joy says the way I'm hearing or perceiving or interpreting Naya's reaction to everything, Naya's the type of woman, she's a traditionalist, and she doesn't want to hear all of that. She wants to hear that you got this and you got the finances. And I appreciated Joy's feedback on that, because Joy seems to me to be a perceptive person, and she understands what it means to talk to a particular person and what they need from you. Joy understands her audience, and that's the feedback she was giving to Chris. I think Simone was there too. Simone was definitely there. We'll talk about that later. All right, we have a brunch date. We have a quadruple love triangle going on because it's Joy, it's Winter, it's Edwin, and it's Jay. Now, all 4 members, kind of connected with each other. So this is awkward, to say the least. Felicia. Girl, Felicia or Felicia? Shout out to my cousin Felicia. I never heard Felicia pronounced as Felicia. Or maybe I'm wrong. Drop down in the comment box. Let me know. Felicia joins them, and Joy has one of her other friends joining as well. Winter's friend comes right at the neck with the... Winter's friend comes right at Jay's neck with the question. Winter's friend says, what does Joy have that Winter doesn't have? Girl, you're being messy. And I know you have to ask the hard questions, but can you ask the questions without trying to put, another sister down? Jay answers the question well. And what I appreciated about Jay's response, Jay was able to communicate the nuances between Joy and Winter without putting any of the women down. I said, bravo, bravissimo. Joy's friend is not with the bullshit. Joy's friend said, listen, who's your top pick, Joy or Winter? Jay says Joy. Winter wants to disappear, and I would want to disappear as well. You see, I cannot play these type of dating games. Not on national TV. I would have said, well, fuck you then, and just left the table. Like, oh, you're not going to make me feel bad. I am very sensitive, and compounding my emotional sensitive nature, I'm insecure. So for you to say, I'm your second pick, Winter was feeling some kind of way about it. And she says that in her confessional, and I understood that moment of vulnerability. For me, if I was Winter, it would be a wrap. Jay would be X'd off my list. But all right, Winter, be strategic, but I wouldn't be seeing it for Jay. It would be a wrap. Naya circles back to Edwin since she's so done. So far over you. Shout out to Monica. She was done. So she's circling back to Edwin because she knows there was that interest there. The first thing, she gives Edwin the feedback about her date with her friend and Chris. And she says, he answered the question in a certain way. So now I'm going to ask you this question. Finances. Edwin gives the perfect answer. And Edwin, as much as I have a crush on you, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to understand what Naya is looking for. If Naya was not impressed by Chris's we'll split our thing 50-50 and fill in the gaps and everything, then of course Edwin's gonna know exactly what to say. Edwin says if he's trying to take on a wife, then he needs to make sure that financially he takes care of everything and his wife is straight. Oh, now Naya is in love. Girl, you phony as hell. It is at this moment that Edwin becomes Naya's first choice because Edwin gave her the answer that she has been looking for. And this is when I come to question Naya's motives. Are you here looking for love? Or are you here to look for someone who can financially support you while you try to have another child? FYI, and I'm not saying this to be insensitive, but this is my channel and I can have my opinions. Naya, as a woman, if you've had 4 miscarriages, then it seems to me that your body is not in a position where it can carry a child to full term, which is not a problem. And I'm not putting you down for that, but perhaps you should look into other ways of having a child, maybe adoption, maybe looking into surrogacy. When I read Gabrielle Union's book, We're Gonna Need More Wine for That, that was Gabrielle Union's problem. She's been pregnant multiple times. She could never bring a pregnancy to full term. So she looked at surrogacy as an option. To me, Naya has this tunnel vision that affects who she is going to select as a mate. And it has nothing to do with going through the process with her, and building her up as she tries to have this baby. It's really like, child, are you going to financially support me while I'm trying to have these babies out here? Like, Naya, I think you have a little bit of reevaluating to do. That's coming from where I'm coming from. You can like my opinion or not like my opinion, but at the end of the day, this is Blissfully Single Being, and this is my channel, and this is what I think. Edwin now becomes Naya's first. Chris who? Chris who? Who that? Who that? Who that? Who that? But then it gets awkward for both the viewer, like me, and Edwin, because Naya gets to rubbing his neck, and Edwin's like, oh, you're gonna make me fall asleep with all this neck rubbing. And then she leans in and she kisses him. And I'm like, and Edwin is thinking the same thing, but he's not gonna show it to Naya. But it did take him off guard that she would lean in for the kiss like that. Naya, now you're trying too hard, girl. Now you be a lady. Edwin doesn't understand where that kiss came from, but I'll tell you this. Edwin did not kiss her back like, Soon as I get home. He kissed her back like, what? Chris eventually tries to clean things up with Naya. Naya's not feeling it. Nigga, you've already been dismissed. Rashid meets Adriana's best friend. And FYI, Adriana's friend is every bit as adorable, as pretty as she is. And what I liked is the energy between the two ladies. They're like, ah! They were jumping and they were giggling. I was like, oh yeah. Child, I miss having a best friend. My closest female friend lives in another state. Shout out to you, Lainey, and I miss you so much. I can never have those moments with her because I don't ever see her like that. Adriana, her cute friend. Her cute friend meets Rashid. And I have to say, with this scene, Rashid carried him. Not only did Rashid answer the questions so well, but Rashid answered the questions with a confidence and a self-assurance that I have not seen since this season started. So I'm looking at Rashid like, okay. Rashid easily won the friend over. But when Rashid left, of course, Adriana asks her friend what she thinks. Her friend was like, I like him. She felt it. She felt it all over here. The friend felt it. But then Adriana goes on to tell the friend, yeah, I really like Rashid. He's everything I need. Plus, he got the bald head. Don't be sleeping on these bald-headed brothers. They sexy. But then Adriana tells her friend about her conflict with Kafani. She likes Kafani too. The friend says, what do you like about Kafani? Adriana said, oh, girl, he bald. You know I do the bald. He's showing plenty. He got the muscles. And the friend chin checks Adriana. She says, okay, that's all well and good. But with Kafani, you didn't tell me anything about his personality. You didn't tell me anything about his goals. You didn't tell me anything of any substance other than he looked good. And I said to the friend, you see, Adriana, keep her. These are the type of friends that you need. These are the type of friends that put things in perspective for you so that you can make informed choices, particularly a choice this big about who you're going to go on to date. So I'm like, Adriana's friend, I'm here for you. Can you stay another episode, please? Denise. All right, let me stop being hard on Denise. But I will say this episode, Denise was actually, I could stomach Denise. I could stomach Denise this episode because she was not with the bullshit as she's been on prior episodes. She was more focused on connecting with someone instead of worrying about what Rashid was up to. So yeah, okay, Denise, this episode, okay. I was here. We'll see for how much longer. Denise has her friend meet both Kafani and Anthony since she's stuck between the two guys. Anthony is answering questions like a pro, honey. Knocking it out of the park. Denise's face while Anthony was asking questions. She just wanted to take a bite out of him. Kafani does a good job as well answering questions, but in getting feedback from her best friend, she sees that her connection with Kafani is a little bit stronger than her connection with Anthony, and I happen to agree. And another thing, Adriana, let this whole Kafani thing go. Because right now I'm kind of wondering, are the producers telling you to pursue Kafani so that we can have conflict between Adriana and Denise? Because to me, Rashid is well suited for Adriana. And as much as I can't believe it, Kafani seems suited for Denise. So just let it go. Like, at this point, Adriana, I like you, but I think you're doing the most trying to pursue Kafani. And I have to kind of agree with Denise. Are you doing it just to get under her skin? Girl. Girls deliberate. Simone lets Tommy know that her friend could not make it because of a medical situation with her newborn. But I'm like, Simone, that's all well and good, but who exactly was your friend supposed to sit with? You haven't made a connection yet. I'm rooting for you, Simone, but girl, you're coasting. And I like you, so coast as much as you can, but girl, yeah, who was he gonna sit with? Winter's friend didn't like Jay or Edwin. I'm like, Felicia? Girl, really? Edwin? Jay, I can get it, but Edwin? You sure? You sure? Now, Joy's friend, on the flip side, does not like Jay, but she likes Edwin for Joy. And I'm like, Joy, now come on. Joy, you are on this quadruple love situation, brunch, or whatever. And Jay said in front of everybody that you're his first pick. To me, that would leave Edwin for Winter. It's kind of like, really? Can you leave something for Winter? Winter's face just dropped. And I'm like, are you guys spinning the narrative that Winter is absolved to Joy's leftovers? Because I don't like that. I'm just saying, Joy, you got this connection with Jay, explore that and just leave something for Winter. Winter, you better be the underdog and make something happen these last few episodes, because I don't like the way they're playing this, and I don't like the tale that they're trying to spin, because you are not second to Joy. You are every bit as pretty, smart, and accomplished. I got you, girl. Denise says her friend likes Kalfani more. No surprise there. Adriana's friend likes Rashid, as she should. Adriana, give up this whole Kalfani situation. He's not for you. Well, I don't think he's for you. I think Rashid is better suited. Girl, stop playing with our time, all right? Stop playing. Tommy asks Naya about Chris. Tommy says the last time he checked, she was gung-ho about Chris. Then Naya's gonna say, I wasn't gung-ho about anybody. I don't know what you're talking about. First of all, you raggedy bitch. He's the moderator. Don't talk to him like that. You can communicate your sentiments without being obnoxious about it. This scene, absolutely obnoxious. Naya, I see you. I see you. You're not likable. You're not likable. You're a mean girl. I see the real you. I see you. We don't see each other, bitch. I see you. Secondly, you were gung-ho about Chris. Last episode, you had the hearts in your eyes like some freaking Looney Tunes character. Bitch, you were Pepe Le Pew on Chris's ass. So don't act like you didn't like him like that. Naya says, I didn't like him. I was, what did she say? She was obliging Chris's interest in her. You's a liar. You's a liar. You phony. You're fake. You're the type of hoes that we hate. Naya, all of that wasn't necessary. I would have respected Naya more if she said, we had a conversation and it didn't go a certain way, and now I'm not seeing Chris in a certain light, and now I want to move on to somebody else, like Edwin. That's all you have to say. Be real about it. But for you to A, not own it, and B, be a bitch around everybody else, Simone tries to jump in and says Chris was very sorry. Wait, you weren't there. Naya cuts Simone off, just so disgusting and rude. You know what's the gag about this whole situation, Naya? You are pretty resolute in how you don't like Chris. But Naya, Edwin is not feeling you like that. I guarantee you, you will not be Edwin's pick. The own viewer sees there's something funky about you. I don't like you. Oh. Alex's friend likes Brian, but she believes Alex is not feeling him like that. Alex is still guarded, and Alex has to re-examine her feelings for Brian based off what her friend says. That's fair. Joy jumps in and says she's not feeling Brian. She's not feeling Brian. She wants Brian to shut the hell up. Shut up! Because of the whole situation with Alicia. And Joy's like, over it. I'm like, all right, girl, you're over it. But I don't think Brian was trying to talk to you. But all right, that's neither here or there. Brian and Chris are on the chopping block. Oh, Lord, not Brian. Lord have mercy, not Brian. Denise is talking to Brian, and Joy is talking to Chris. Why is Denise always the messenger to let one of the guys know that he's not gonna advance? So when Denise is talking to Brian, I'm very scared because, you know, Denise is the Grim Reaper of this show. Ultimately, Chris is not ready to love. And I like the way that Joy delivers that message to him. She was compassionate about it. She wasn't mean. She was balanced. She said she didn't agree with the choice to send Chris home because she believes Chris is ready for love. But the ladies have made their decision, and Brian is ultimately saved. And I breathe. Breathe again. I wasn't ready for Brian to go home. Don't at me, at your mama. And that was it, y'all. Again, another winner of an episode. If you like this review, please rate, comment, and subscribe. Please visit my blog, www.blissfullysinglebeing.com. That's my lifestyle blog. I got cocktail recipes. We talking dating, being single, being together, real life, mental health topics. So just pop in for a minute, peruse around. And I write resumes. So if you need any resume help, I don't have to write a whole resume for you, but if you want to send me your resume so I can give you some evaluations on how to, make it prim and proper. Everybody needs a resume that is ready to go. Send me an email, resumes@blissfullySingleBean.com. And again, don't forget to follow me on all my platforms, Twitter, Pinterest, Instagram. I'll leave all the information in the description box. And last but certainly not least, to someone who commented, because I made a comment last week about trying to monetize my blog, and one of my viewers, I'm not going to shout your name out, but I'm hoping that you're watching because I was very appreciative of the comments. She must have looked at my video history and she said, listen, if you can monetize your channel, but you have to be consistent. Your reviews are here or there, random, spotty. Consistency is key. So I really appreciate that. That feedback is gold. All right, guys, I hope you have a good one. I will catch you on the next review of Ready to Love next week. Peace out. Bye.